if you want to be consistently profitable, you have to be doing this one thing. So this is the one tool that I've kind of been working on for the past 2 years that's led me to be consistently profitable, get six-figure funded. Why do you need a trading journal? Well, there's two main reasons here. One is psychological and one is technical. Firstly, psychological. When you're journaling your trades, you're more likely to take better trades that fit your plan as you subconsciously know that you have to journal that trade. Journaling also inherently cultivates awareness, and that's a big part of trading, being aware of the decisions you're making day to day as well. And this also allows you to track and review the most common errors that you're making. So for me, it's mainly analysis paralysis as I'm more discretionary in my trading. I tend to overthink and miss the setup. That is part of my plan and a profitable edge. So I have my work ons here. And also, one big thing I've been working on recently is holding and adding to winners. Because inherently, as humans, we want to close trades early, get certainty in an uncertain market. And so, this is something I've identified and I've been working on. Having a journal like this also gives you confidence because it's concrete evidence of your profitability. Okay, for the technical aspect of your trading data, this allows you to review and look at trades on why there may have been losses, why they might have been winners, and maybe you can maximize those winners and maybe cut those losses a bit earlier or avoid them. So this is my journal for the later half of 2023, and you see that I've kind of identified some things to be working on with my own trading. So these are all the trades I've taken in the last quarter of 2023. It was mainly forward testing. I have my entry timeframes, if it was a continuation slash reversal, and my types of entries, and wins, losses, risk multiple, and percentage wise. So I had around 50% win rate and pretty much break even. And I identified I closed early quite a few times. Stop loss too tight, closed early, and that's mainly from risk aversion, not wanting to give up profits. So if we actually have a look at this data and then say, hey, I felt like when I was trading that when I was taking continuations, I was winning more than I was losing. So let's just add that into our data analysis and have a look at that. So if I go to setup, continuation, yep, okay, 57% win rate now from 47%, and I'm now up 12%. So that's how you can refine your system using trading data to improve your technicals. And I also, whilst I was trading during this quarter, I was looking at when I was taking entries off the start of the hourly candle with the hourly bias, I was winning more trades than I was losing. So if I look at my entry time frame, add in the hourly, and that win rate jumps up to 73%, and we're at 16%. So that's how you refine your system. Use your data. I don't understand how you wouldn't be profitable if you just did this. Collected data, refined, traded that new refined system, collected more data. Trading is just like any other skill. It's practice. You get a response or feedback from that. You refine and then you practice again. That's how you become great at any skill. So trading is no different to any other skill. Don't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple and refine. So I've been forward testing this month, December, with this new refined system. As you can kind of see, some of these variables have changed. Continuation reversal has changed from low time frame continuation to high time frame continuation slash reversal. And you can see straight away that my win rate has jumped up to 72%. And this is without any refinement yet. I'm already sitting at 9.62% as well. So this is the benefit that having a journal and being able to refine your approach to trading gives you. This will make you consistently profitable if you stick to it. That's kind of the hard part. And the great thing about Notion as well is that you can create pages with screenshots around your entries. So this is my type 1 entry. This is mainly like a 15 to 30, 1 hourly candle type of entry. Type 2, this is pretty much always just a continuation. We have a structure here, and then we have a close below this breaker structure. New candle opens in the first 15 minutes of that candle. If we pull back to the previous breaker structure, I'm looking to take a trade. Type 3, this is more of a lower time frame type of entry. 5 minute, 1 minute. I'm looking for a higher high, higher low, a higher high, and then a breaker structure, and we come back to test this sort of level here. So it's pretty much just it's pretty simple. We have it's almost kind of like a head and shoulders pattern. I wouldn't really say that. It's more just like a breaker structure and then a change of character, or a liquidity grab and then a breaker structure. You could say this is AMD. You have accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It's kind of all the same thing, really. This is just stuff that I've seen after lots of experience in the markets. The one thing I realized is that if you actually want to learn trading, you have to focus on getting implicit knowledge, which is knowledge by doing. It's kind of like riding a bike. You can read all the books you want about riding a bike, and you have a lot of explicit knowledge, but until you've actually ridden that bike and gotten that implicit knowledge, you'll still be pretty shit at it. So trade, journal, review, refine, improve, and then it's just the same cycle. So these are the two pairs I am trading. On my research, I like these two pairs. They are pretty heavily correlated. Gold against the US dollar and US dollar against the yen. So when I'm looking at sells on gold, I'm looking at buys on UJ. And let's say UJ is looking really bearish and I'm not sure about a buy on gold, I can use that bearish UJ as a confluence to buy on gold. I'll also break down a big thing with Notion as well, is that you actually get to go into more detail with your journaling, as I have all these variables here, but I can also take screenshots of the different time frames and look into more detail about how that trade played out, how it set up, and how I managed and exited that trade. So this was a gold sell that I took at just before Asia Open. This was a type 1 with a type 3. So type 3, 1 minute, we have a push up, we have a high low, a high high, breaker structure, and then we have a change of character. You come back to this previous level here, I enter, stop above, targeting around 2 to 3 risk. And then, so on the 1 hour, this was a type 1. So we have the hourly candle close at previous structure. In the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of the candle, we push up. As you can see, I took the trade on the first minute of the hourly candle, which, as you can say, first 10 minutes, new hourly. This wasn't really a continuation. You could say this was more of a reversal, but this is more forward testing at the moment. So type 1 with type 3 at new open of hourly candle, I partial 50% at previous low, and then 50% right down here as well. And you can see that UJ was very bullish at the time as well, so more confluence into that trade. And I would say this is like A plus type of setup right here, so 2.1%. So, and I also do daily reviews. It depends. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep on doing them. This is more for when I was more scalping, high frequency trading, but this is more kind of for your psychology and how you traded that day. So if I go to my last day here, I think this is on a Funding Pips prop firm account. As you can see, this was another gold sell. This is how I kind of cultivate more of a probability-based mindset, as you need to just be focusing on the probabilities and not the outcome of each individual trade. And this is some more information that I've kind of analyzed from my previous trades around when in the hour is the best time to trade for me. And as we've previously had a look at, it's the first 10 to 15 minutes of the hourly that I'm really looking for a trade. So first 15 minutes of the hour, 60% win rate. And it kind of just goes down from there. First 5 minutes, 56% win rate. 5 to 9 minutes, 75%, and 10 to 14 kind of drops off. The one thing to do though is not to over-analyze your data and try to overfit information. You're kind of just looking for general sort of information that you should be aware of to maybe look at places where you can improve. So I'm kind of mainly just looking for hourly continuations in the first 10 minutes, as those are the simple, easiest, and most of the time the best setups that I take. But you could still have the best setup and take a loss on that. So this is a good loss that I took last week. So this is a hourly continuation. I took this on a type 1 hourly, so we had a previous hourly close, entry there, 1 minute type 3. So we had a breaker structure, change of character. I entered on this pullback in the first 10 minutes of the hourly candle, and then this was a loss right here. Went straight, took us out at a -1. That's fine. This allows you to be okay with losses, because this is a good loss. I'm fine with taking this loss. And maybe I can look at the timing of this trade. This was 12 p.m. This sort of time, normally after Tokyo Open, it doesn't normally have the best setups, so maybe I can look at just not trading after the Open. As you can see, both 12 p.m. we had a loss and a small loss, so maybe that's something I'll look at changing. But this information just allows you to actually improve your system with actual data to back it up. Okay, so this is just breakdown of how I use my trading dashboard / journal and how this actually made me profitable over the long run. This is the one thing I did. And I'm going to be dropping a free template to my trading journal in the description. So if you want to have a look at that, see if that will help you, I fully recommend using Notion, as there's a lot of things you can change to fit your current strategy. And I hope this helped. So if you found it helpful, I'm glad. And I am offering one-on-one coaching at the moment, which is also in the description.